All right, ladies and gentlemen. So today we are going to be talking about Kotaku. And I know this is something that we haven't talked about in a little while. Kotaku has done something recently that has got the interest of pretty much everybody looking at this title screen that you see on the screen right now. And it says the following: help fight ICE, and you can get 100 games in over 400 tabletop RPGs. Now, listen, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, maybe they just don't like ice, right? Maybe they want everything to be hot. They don't like putting ice in their drinks. No, they are talking about fighting the government agency known as ICE. And then now some of you are probably saying, well, we already knew that Kotaku is a political website. We already knew that they were filled with activists. And you're right. But they constantly tried to convince everybody that they were a neutral website that just focused on video games. Now that Kotaku has officially been bought out by Kellogg's, which is a company that's based in the UK, I believe, the mask has completely come off. This is one of their first major articles that they released after being bought out, and it is about fighting a government agency in the United States of America. I'm going to let you guys watching this video decide what that means for yourself. So let's read a little bit as to what's going on here and how Kotaku wants to train you into being a very good progressive little activist. It says, we've highlighted a few suggestions of what to check out in the enormous selection. I like how they're trying to pretend as if this article is truly just about the games, when it literally says help fight ICE at the top of the article. Look at the picture. No ICE in California. Itch charity bundle, over 500 games for a $10 donation. So they are genuinely trying to fund a way to fight against a government agency in this country. This is fucking nuts. This is now like the mask is off, right? At this point, it can never, ever be said again by anybody that Kotaku is not a political website, that Kotaku is not a hardcore activist website, that Kotaku is supposedly a gaming web. Like, none of that. That is not true. This website is all about activism. It is all about politics. It is literally filled with people that don't want to be writing about video games. They want to be writing about trans lives. They want to be writing about how bad the governors are. They want to be writing about politics, but they can't get jobs in politics. So they're trying to hide it under the guise of video games. This is something we've been saying for the longest time. We've been talking about this for years. Kotaku has been known to be doing this, but now the mask is off and we finally get to experience it all together. So it says that one of the better things that have occurred in recent years is the rise of the itch.io protest bundles. Millions of dollars have been raised for various vital causes through the generosity of developers throwing in games by their hundreds in deals that have done incredible work to not only make money, but to also generate noise about these issues. The latest, already at 40,000 after one day, is No Ice in California, where $10 will get you an astonishing 560 games and 427, which are tabletop RPGs. So basically, they are giving away all of the slop video games that nobody bought otherwise, right? This is what they do all the time. They bundle a bunch of games to try to get the number as high as possible, to try to get you interested in spending money on this nonsense when literally all the money is going to fighting a government agency. Pretty crazy stuff. So let's scroll down and see what else we got. Other recent itch fundraisers have included 2020's bundle for racial justice and equality, which raised an extraordinary $8.1 million for Black Lives Matter related charities, which, by the way, $8.1 million for Black Lives Matter. How much of that $8.1 million went to white neighborhood mansions? I guarantee you almost the entire thing. $8.1 million. You guys are patting yourselves on the back for raising $8.1 million, but I don't see a single lick of you, a single one of you, asking, where did the money go? I don't see any of you asking that question. All you're doing is utilizing this fundraiser and getting people to waste their money so that you can virtue signal about it on Twitter and on your website and pretend like you did something when the fucking black lesbians who own Black Lives Matter went and bought 3 fucking mansions in white neighborhoods. They bought it in white neighborhoods because they didn't even want to be around people like them, which is crazy. I thought they were fighting for racial justice. I thought they were fighting for equity. Where's the equity in that? Where's the equity in that? Which, by the way, 2 out of the 3 houses got burned down in the fires. That is hilarious. If that's not karma, I don't know what is. But anyway, that's besides the point. So you also have another one, 2022's bundle for Ukraine, which, where did that money go? Where did the Ukrainian money go? Nobody knows, right? Nobody knows. They got billions of dollars. Nobody knows. That brought in over $6.3 million. The most recent high-profile example raised money for those affected by February's Californian wildfires, which this is nothing close to being the same. Why would you even put the Californian wildfires in the same paragraph as fucking BLM and Ukraine? The 2 biggest scams ever. Why would you even do that? And this week has seen the launch of the latest No ICE in California, raising money for the Immigrant Defenders Law Center in LA and Rices in Texas. Bro, are we under the understanding that ICE is not going for actual like legal immigrants? Do we understand that you forgot to put a word before that word immigrant, right? You forgot to put a word before that, and that word that you forgot to put is called illegal immigrant. Like, are we under the understanding that that's what's happening here? Like, I don't understand how Kotaku is this stupid. Actually, I do understand, because they constantly keep getting bought out. That's why. It was worth noting that Kotaku has a really shitty website that makes this ugly video block out the text that people are trying to read on your piece of shit fucking website. It's worth noting that some of those other examples have the official backing of Itch, and that's yet to happen here. Instead, this was launched by charity streamer Jess Wade. Oh, let's see who Jess Wade is in a second. With the support of so far another 268 creators. Its modest goal is set at $50,000, which is already very close to reaching. Hopefully, as more attention is gained and more developers throw in, that target can be absolutely smashed, not least because of the urgent need for help for LA immigrants facing ICE invasions. Bro, oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Again, you forgot a word, Kotaku. You forgot a word, okay? The word is not least because of the urgent need for help for LA illegal immigrants facing ICE invasions. Not just immigrants. See, this is one of those things where they think that if they can constantly keep putting out the same message, that people are going to believe them. And eventually it's going to be true. And the sad thing is that is true to an extent. Sure, the majority of people do know that Kotaku is full of shit. The majority of people do know that the ICE invasions have nothing to do with actual legal immigrants. But the majority of people, unfortunately, cannot save everybody. And there are people that are absolutely donating to this supposed cause, thinking that ICE is actually rounding up legal citizens. This is the biggest gaslight I've ever seen in my life. And they're doing it for money. And these are the people that call other people and YouTubers grifters when they're literally fucking lying for money right now in this stupid charity thing that they're doing right now. That's literally what's happening here. But in any case, let's see who this is. So Jess, who the fuck is this, bro? Who is this? Jess Wade is a tabletop charity content creator who specializes in producing TTRPG charity streams and creating TTRPG charity bundles. Since 2021, their charity efforts have raised over $330,000. Jess also writes D&D adventures like the Mithril bestseller of the DM's Guild Murderin' Mossbank, which was featured in issue 37 of Dragon Plus magazine. Where are the pronouns, bro? I know you got pronouns somewhere. I just know you do. You got pronouns somewhere, man. Got a Patreon. Of course, you got Blue Sky. You got everything here except an X account. Why am I not surprised? Everything. Rainbow Uno reverse animated emote. Okay. My favorite games. Thirsty Sword Lesbians. Are you fucking kidding me, bro?
Holy shit.
Thirsty Sword Lesbians is one of this person's favorite games. Why am I not surprised, bro? Why am I not surprised? Look at this. Hot Dog Princess? What the fuck is this, bro? You're not exactly selling this entire thing. But in any case, this person is the one that is organizing this event. And I got to be honest with you, considering you know, how the whole thing looks, I'm gonna go based off this and say that there is some activism going on here. It's very clear. So it says, what should I play in this bundle? Definitely not the sword lesbian game. And definitely not the hot dog princess game. Don't play that game. How about you just don't play any of those games? Right? How about that? Don't play any of those games. I think you're gonna be fine if you don't play those. Look at some of these games, bro. What is this? This looks like the scene to a porn. Like, what is this, bro? The lizard is gooning to this fucking non-binary chick. What is happening here? Let's scroll down. Hold on. What other games we got? Raptor Boyfriend, a high school romance. Oh my God, it's a Raptor. Jesus. I didn't realize it was a Raptor. Fill my tabletops. Pause. Can we stop with the gayness here? And they basically just keep going on about the games nonstop. So listen, at this point, where's my money going? The money raised is being split between two charities working with U.S. illegal immigrants affected by the brutal and despicable actions of ICE. The first is the Illegal Immigrant Defenders Law Center, a law firm created in 2015 by immigration lawyers looking to defend people faced with deportation, but also to bring about systematic change to the grim system. Of course, the people IMDEF works for, which are rarely in a position to be able to pay for legal representation, so this nonprofit provides always free services and is sustained by donations. They also have merch. Bro, this is the biggest gaslighting session I have ever seen in my entire life. If they genuinely want people to believe that this has all to do with legal citizens being rounded up by ICE, this is fucking crazy. This is crazy. And keep in mind, this is Kotaku spreading this literal misinformation, which is something they complain about all the time. They complain about misinformation all the time, right? But it's not misinformation that they are actually angry at. It's people talking the truth while they're trying to spew bullshit. They want to be able to spew bullshit like this unchallenged. That's really what it is. So in any case, congratulations, Kotaku. You guys have officially ascended to maximum activist status, which is exactly what you wanted to do. I'm sure all the journalists are in their little cubicles at the Kotaku offices in New York, and they're smiling from ear to ear because their jobs just got saved for another few years before they eventually get sold off again because nobody wants to deal with them, but for some reason, nobody wants to close them down either. It's because their data is worth too much, apparently. But you guys can let me know in the comments down below this video. What do you think about all this? Do you think that Kotaku is doing what they were born to do? Or do you think this is absolute bullshit and this is just another example of why Kotaku has been a failure for as long as they have been? You can let me know whatever that may be in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, consider hitting that like button. And I'll see you guys on the next one.